you will never look at dieting and weight loss the same, because I'm about to really blow your mind. The reason you can't lose weight is because you're addicted. You're addicted. If you're struggling to lose weight, it's not because you're broken. It's because you are addicted, and not in a cute, oh, I love sweets way, in a your brain is hijacked and your body is paying the price way. I'm going to break down why sugar and overconsumption literally own you right now, what it's doing to your body long term, and exactly how to start taking your power back today. First things first, you have to call it what it is. It's addiction. You don't crave a little something. You're running the same cycle that every addict does. You tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna do better. And then you get stressed, you get bored, you get lonely, you get tired. And so you reach for sugar or some high carb junk food, some high carb processed food without even thinking about it. And now you ate it, and now you feel guilty. And then you promise yourself again, oh, it's gonna be different next time, I'm gonna do better. And the same cycle over and over and over. That is an addiction cycle. You guys have to understand that sugar lights up the same reward pathways in your brain as drugs and gambling. Dopamine hits, short-term relief, long-term damage. And if you don't label it honestly, you're never going to treat it seriously enough to change it. So let me tell you what sugar is actually doing to you. We need to get rid of the, oh, a little sweet won't hurt narrative, because it will. It will hurt you, okay? The sugar and the sweets will hurt you. Frequent sugar spikes lead to 3 things over time. Number 1, it's destroying your hunger signals. You stop knowing what real hunger and real fullness feels like. You eat past comfort because your body is chasing this high, not fuel. And then you're jacking up your insulin. Constant sugar means constantly elevated insulin. Elevated insulin tells your body, store that fat. Don't burn that fat. Hold on to all that body fat. Constant high insulin levels. Your body is like, oh yeah, we're just gonna hold on to all this body fat. We've got food. There's no need to burn that fat. Just keep it. And now you're tired, you're inflamed, you're bloated, and you're stuck at the same weight, or it's getting higher and higher and higher. And the last thing is you train your brain to need more of it. The more sugar that you eat, the more sugar you need to feel normal. Black coffee doesn't even taste right anymore. Whole, nutritious, healthy foods taste boring. Your baseline becomes processed junk. This is why, oh, I'm gonna be more disciplined, doesn't work. You're trying to discipline yourself out of a biomechanical loop. This is a reality of staying addicted to sugar. It's so much more than just, oh, I'm trying to fit into my jeans, I'm trying to lose weight. It's so much more than that. I'm going to be very blunt and honest with you about where your life is going to end up if you do not change. You're going to have a very high risk of obesity. You're going to have more joint pain, back pain, knee pain. You're going to have less mobility, and it's going to be harder and harder to do the simplest workout. You're also going to have a high risk of having blood sugar issues over a long period of time. Your energy crashes, you got brain fog, and health complications down the line. You're going to have higher inflammation, horrible sleep, and even worse mood, more cravings, and more emotional and stress eating. You're going to have a really short fuse and really low confidence. You start to feel out of control of your own life, and that spills over into everything else. So if your daily reality is, oh, I need to have something sweet after every meal, you're grazing, munching all day, you're always thinking about food, you panic at the thought of cutting out sugar. This isn't a preference, this is a problem. The first thing you have to do to change it is don't try and be perfect. Just try and stabilize yourself. Most people fail because they go from sugar addiction to cold turkey, I'm cutting everything out overnight and I'm going to change. Extreme, unrealistic, guaranteed rebound. Your goal should not be perfection. Your first goal should be stability. So first, cut out liquid sugar, sodas, sweet tea, lemonade, fruit juices. No soda, no juice, no sugary coffee drinks. Keep your food the same. That's step 1. Just remove the sugar calories that you drink. This is because liquid sugar spikes are brutal. Super easy to consume. Gulp, 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 soda after soda. Super easy to overdo. And you don't even get full. You just keep drinking and drinking and drinking your calories. All that sugar. Removing these is going to give you your first real instant win without really changing that much overnight. Once you cut out liquid sugar, the second thing you're going to do is you're going to anchor your daily meals around protein. You're going to build your meal around the protein that you're going to eat. Aim for at least 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Again, lean protein first, and then you build your meal around that. Add in the fiber, add in the healthy fats, all the things, the veggies, all the things. This is because protein and fiber stabilize your blood sugar. Stable blood sugar equals fewer crashes and fewer of those, oh, I need something sweet or I'm gonna pass out moments. And lastly, instead of going cold turkey, start with a limit. Maybe having a limit to what you're actually consuming each day. If you're used to eating sugar all day, every day, compress it. For example, if you want something sweet, you tell yourself, I gotta wait till after dinner. When you do this, you begin training your mind that sugar is not the main character. It's an occasional side piece, okay? All right, now that you've done that, now we have to break the emotional connection with food. You're not just addicted to sugar, you're emotionally addicted to how you feel. You're emotionally addicted to what it gives you, the comfort, the distraction, maybe the reward. So until you break out of that emotional contract with food, you're always gonna run back to it when life gets heavy. So first, you wanna identify what triggers you. Ask yourself, when do I usually binge or overeat? Is it after a stressful day at work? Is it at night when the kids go to sleep? Is it after a fight with my partner? Is it when you're scrolling through social media? Figure out what triggers the binge, because what you can't keep pretending is acting like, oh, it's just random. Then you're going to plan ahead. You're going to prepare a non-food response to when you get triggered. For example, you're feeling stressed in the evening, we're going to go for a 10-minute walk. 10 minutes. Or maybe we're gonna sit down and journal, process our feelings and emotions. Or maybe we're gonna go take a nice shower and then eat something healthy. If you're having an emotional meltdown, hello, very familiar with those. Maybe call a friend, maybe stretch, watch some motivational YouTube videos, and then go get something to eat. Again, you are rewiring your brain to handle discomfort without sugar as the only exit. And then lastly, this is key. When you have those sugar cravings, delay, don't deny. What does that mean? It means if you know, oh, I'm getting the cookies, the milkshake, oh, I'm eating it. Okay, set a 10-minute timer. Delay it, and then tell yourself, okay, if I still want it in 10 minutes, then I can have it. If I still want it after this 10-minute walk, I'll go get it. It's the same thing with shopping. I heard this rule years ago and I've always stuck by it. As women, we're notorious for going into a store and seeing something, oh my gosh, I love it, and we have to buy it. I saw a long time ago in a video, it was like, when you have that feeling, you say, okay, maybe take a picture of it, take note of what you want that you saw in the store, and then you're gonna leave it there. You're gonna go home, and if one day or 2 days later it's still in your mind and you're like, I have to have it, you're gonna go back and get it. It's the same with kicking sugar. We're not denying it. We're not telling ourselves no. We're just saying we're gonna wait a little bit, because in that waiting period, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour, you're gonna drink water. You're gonna change your physical environment, and then you're gonna notice, actually, I don't really want that. I wanted peace. I actually just wanted quiet. I actually wanted alone time. Most of your sugar cravings are just urges that will drop. So as you practice what I'm telling you, you're training your nervous system to just ride the wave instead of obey every single craving, especially when you know you're just gaining weight from it. Now, if this video is hitting you a little too hard right now, that's a good thing, because it means that you're actually self-aware enough to fix it. Inside of my VIP mentorship, this is exactly what I break down every single week. How to get off the sugar hamster wheel, how to rebuild your meals so that your body actually burns fat, how to handle emotional eating without feeling crazy or ashamed, and how to create a plan that works for your actual life, not some fantasy perfect schedule. So if you're done starting over every single Monday and you want an actual step-by-step system with real accountability, you need to apply for my VIP mentorship, because I promise you, you do not need more information. You don't. You need to implement. You need implementation, and someone who's not going to let you lie to yourself or quit after week 1. So click the link below and also make sure you mention this video for a special discount. All right, back to it. Step 3 is you need to rebuild your mental identity around food. If you still see yourself as the girl who loves sweets, oh, I'm just addicted to sugar, I can't stop eating sugar, I can't say no to dessert, I'm such an emotional eater, I stress eat all the time. If that's how you identify yourself, if that's your default mindset, you're gonna subconsciously act like that, even if you're actually trying to change. You can't out diet an identity that you're still loyal to. So what you need to do is rewrite your food identity. Decide who you actually want to be around food. For example, I eat for performance, for energy, for fuel, not comfort. I'm someone who can enjoy sweets, but I don't depend on them. Say it loudly every single day, and especially when you are tempted. Because guess what? The secret is that your brain is going to act in alignment with whatever story you repeat to it the most often. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna align your environment with this new identity. Stop stocking all of your trigger foods at home. Don't even buy it in the store anymore. You gotta put the barriers between you and the impulsive purchases. When I first started this years ago, like I'm telling you, I was addicted to Sprite. I was addicted to Chips Ahoy cookies with some milk at 11 p.m. Okay, that was me. When I started doing this, I refused to go down the aisle in the grocery store. I'm not joking. I wouldn't go down the juice aisle. I wouldn't go down the cookies aisle. I just didn't go down the aisle because, I was starting. I was fresh in this. Okay. Once I got some self-discipline, then, I could go down the aisle. But you got to do what you got to do to succeed. Okay. Now this is why. It's because willpower is actually weak. Your environment is stronger. Because think about it. If you don't buy it at home, and now you're at home and you have this craving, but you only bought healthy food at the store, what are you gonna do? Leave your house at 2 o'clock in the morning and go get some cooking? No, you're gonna go downstairs and you're gonna eat the healthy food that you bought. This is how you make your default choice the best one. And then as you do this consistently, you're just gonna collect these small wins over time, and they're gonna add up aggressively. So every time you say, no, not right now, I'll wait, you're building proof that you don't depend on sugar. You're building proof that you're not addicted to sweets. Even if you can say, oh, I didn't drink soda today, that counts, especially if the old you was drinking like 10 sodas a day. Even if, oh, I only had 1 cookie today instead of 8, that is still a win. These small wins, the small proof that adds up, is going to build your confidence. And confidence makes consistency easy. The reason most people stay stuck, the reason most people stay overweight and inflamed and tired, is because they refuse to call it an addiction. They want comfort more than they want to change. And they won't even give themselves 6 to 12 months of serious effort. They dabble, they half commit, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. They negotiate every boundary that they even try to have with themselves. And then they blame their metabolism. They blame their age, they blame the kids, they blame genetics. You're not stuck because it's impossible. You're stuck because you're still trying to keep your old habits and get a new body. That's not how this works. So this is what you need to accept today. If you want real fat loss, not just a few better days, the truth is you cannot keep eating sugar all day, every day, and expect your body to burn fat. You cannot medicate every uncomfortable emotion with sugar, with food, and expect to feel confident naked. You cannot refuse to learn about carbs, insulin, blood sugar, and meal structure, and then complain about not seeing results. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be honest with yourself. And you do have to be consistent. So if this really hit home for you, don't just nod and scroll through this video. Start with removing liquid sugar. Build your meals around protein-based meals. Create a plan for those emotional and stress triggers, and start rewriting your identity around food. Now, if you want real help actually applying everything I just talked about, all of this in one structured way, with someone watching your blind spots, keeping you accountable, and giving you a plan that actually works, then you need to make sure that you apply for my VIP mentorship down below. I'm telling you, you do not have a weight problem. You have a pattern problem. You have a habits problem. You have an identity problem. You have a belief problem. And luckily, all those things can be changed. But Not while you're still pretending that you're just a little obsessed with sugar. You're addicted. It's okay. Own it. The first step, I think, is acceptance. I haven't been to AA, but I think that's the first step. Own it and then fix it. And even if you fail, just go back to owning it and fixing it. And if you fail again, go back to owning it and fixing it. And the future version of you, months from now, years from now, is going to be the ultimate proof that you took this one life that you get. You took your health, you took yourself seriously. What if I told you that in just 12 weeks, you could completely transform your post-pregnancy body, even if you've been struggling for years? I know that sounds bold, but before you scroll past, let me show you something. This is not just another before and after. This is me, 2 months postpartum, carrying an extra 80 pounds. Not pregnant, just stuck in a body I didn't recognize anymore. And despite my background in exercise science, I felt completely lost. You know that feeling, right, when people say, "Oh, you look fine," or "There's nothing wrong with you." But deep down, you know it's not about what others think. It's about not feeling like yourself anymore. Here's the truth. Most moms are doing everything right, but still getting nowhere. And it's not their fault. You see, I discovered something shocking when I finally cracked the code to my own transformation. Something that explains why traditional workout programs fail moms, regular diets don't work for post-pregnancy bodies, and most women give up before seeing real results. It all comes down to one critical missing piece that nobody talks about. You see these results? This isn't a year of grinding. This is just a few weeks using the system I am about to share with you. In fact, my clients typically start seeing visible changes in just 2.5 weeks. By week 4, their clothes are looser. By week 8, they're wearing sizes they haven't touched since before pregnancy. How? Because I've developed something specifically for postpartum bodies, something that works with your new mom life, not against it. I call it the 4-step mom bod reset, and it's revolutionizing how moms transform their bodies. Without further ado, grab a pen and paper. Here is my revolutionary 4-step system that works specifically for postpartum bodies. Let me break it down for you. First is what I call the freedom. Okay, forget about everything you know about restrictive dieting. Instead of counting every calorie and feeling guilty about every bite, we use simple macro approaches that lets you eat foods you love while still getting amazing results. The second step is the momentum. This is where most programs fail you. They give you a plan, but no real accountability. In our system, we track your progress weekly with side-by-side photos, making real-time adjustments, and celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Think of it as having a body transformation expert in your pocket, keeping you on track even during your busiest weeks. Third, we have the core restoration period. Generic workouts do not address what pregnancy does to your body. Our strength training and core workouts are specifically designed to rebuild your core, fix diastasis recti, and boost your metabolism. And the best part is they take 30 minutes or less, and you can do them while you're at home while the kids nap. And finally, there's the mom life integration. Okay, this is our secret weapon. Instead of fighting against your mom life, we work with it. We understand the challenges of sleepless nights, busy schedules, and the mental load of motherhood. We adapt to your life, not the other way around. And the results speak for themselves. In fact, this system works so well that I guarantee results. I've never had a client not achieve their goals. Whether they had a wedding coming up or were planning a vacation, or even if they hadn't exercised in years, the system worked for them, and it will work for you too. But here's what makes this different. I don't just give you a plan and disappear. This isn't some cookie cutter program where you're left figuring things out alone. When you join, you get every piece of equipment delivered to your door, weekly personalized check-ins, custom nutrition blueprints, and lifetime access to our training platform. And most importantly, a guarantee. Because in my years of coaching, I've never had a client not get results. Now, I need need to be upfront. This is not for everyone. I only work with women who are serious about their transformation, ready to follow a proven system, and done with excuses and are actually ready for results. So if that's you, then I'd like to invite you to a free body transformation strategy session. But first, a warning, these spots fill up quick. On this call, we create your custom transformation blueprint. We identify what's been holding you back. We map out your exact 12-week journey, and I show you precisely how to get started. Even if you don't end up working with me, you're going to leave this call with clarity about exactly what you need to do to transform your body. Think about it. 12 weeks from now, you could be taking your own transformation photos, feeling confident, energetic, and back to your pre-pregnancy self. Or you could be exactly in the same place you are now, still wondering what's not working. Click the button below now to book your free strategy session. And remember, I only have a few spots available this week and they fill up really quick. Your transformation starts with this one decision. So I'll see you on the call.